No, we know. We
I'm
all
just
see
saying,
what happens when you put religion in politics. It's messy.
But this is what happens. This
I am against a theocracy, and I'm against religion being in politics, and that's why
I'm going to start by saying that I have a lot of respect for Bassem. I think he's done some incredible work, and I think he's been able to do things which most people with the platform haven't been able to do. So may Allah bless him and may Allah increase him. But I have to strongly disagree with his position that he holds about politics and religion, or specifically Islam, not mixing. And I would argue that the vast majority of problems we see in the Muslim world is purely because Islam has been removed from politics, and I'll show you why in this video. Firstly, let's bring our attention to the verse where Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, he says, Allahu waliyyu alladhina amanu yukhrijuhum min adh-dhulumati ila an-nur. Allah is the protective guardian of the believers. He takes them out of darknesses, plural, and puts them into light, singular. Why has Allah meticulously chosen darknesses to be plural and light to be singular? The answer is actually incredibly simple. It's because in the absence of Islam, everyone has their own idea as to how they should be living life and what is right and what is wrong. And since we're speaking specifically about politics, let's look at this verse through the lens of politics to understand. Can we say that there are two countries in the world today that agree 100% on their legislations and the way they manage the affairs of their people? Absolutely not. There are many, many differences that don't even need to be mentioned. And here in this verse, Allah is saying that all these different ideas people have on how to run their country and their legislation and so on and so forth, all of that is darkness because it's come from the limited human mind that does not know what's best for itself. And there's only one light, and that is the light of Islam that Allah has given to us, which is there to tell us exactly how to manage all our affairs, internal, external, everything. And that's why when Allah says, Al-Yawma akmaltu lakum dinakum, today I have perfected for you Islam as your way of life, this perfection cannot be perfection if there is any imperfection within it. So if there's nothing in Islam to tell us about how to deal with other people, it can't be perfect. If there's nothing in Islam to teach us how to deal with Allah, it can't be perfect. If there's nothing in Islam to teach us how to manage the affairs of our countries and legislation and so on and so forth, it too cannot be perfect. And actually, when we journey through the Quran, we realize that Allah puts tremendous amounts of emphasis on the fact that politics must be run by Allah and not any other human being. So for example, Allah says in the Quran, أَلَا لَهُ الْخَلْقُ وَالْأَمْرُ. Unquestionably to Allah belongs the creation, i.e. He created everything in the universe, and the command, i.e. Allah decides how His creation runs, including the affairs of the people. Allah also says, إِنِ الْحُكْمُ إِلَّا لِلَّهِ. Legislation is not for anyone except Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And Allah also says, وَمَنْ لَمْ يَحْكُمْ بِمَا أَنزَلَ اللَّهِ فَأُولَٰئِكَ هُمُ الْكَافِرُونَ فَاسِقُونَ ظَالِمُونَ. Whoever does not rule by what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has revealed, i.e. whoever does not legislate by what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given in terms of guidance, they are the ones who are the disbelievers, the oppressors, and the ones that are causing mass fitna on the face of the planet. And you want to know something beautiful, Bassem? If humanity is able to successfully make their politics completely Islamic based, Allah promises something incredible in the Quran where He says, وَلَوْ أَنَّهُمْ أَقَامُوا التَّوْرَاةَ وَالْإِنْجِيلَ وَمَا أُنزِلَ إِلَيْهِمْ مِنْ رَبِّهِمْ لَأَكَلُوا مِنْ فَوْقِهِمْ وَمِنْ تَحْتِ أَرْجُلِهِمْ. That had the people of the book and the Muslims upheld the legislation, the laws that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given them, they would have been overwhelmed with provisions from above them and under their feet, i.e. they will finally experience peace, progress and prosperity in their nation. And the proof is in the pudding. Just have a look and research into the golden age of Islam, when politics was run by Islam, what it did to the world and how fast it spread and how dominant the Muslims were on the political scene for so many years. But it's only in the last 100 years was Islam completely removed from politics, and now we see a cocktail of problems wherever we look in the Muslim world. Coincidence? Definitely not. And so to conclude, the real solution here, Bassem, is to reintroduce Islam into our politics in the East, just as Allah commanded us to do, so that we can see any sort of izzah come back to us once more. Because had Islam been involved in our politics right now, we wouldn't see radio silence with regards to the things that are happening in that side of the world. And subhanAllah, that's the biggest evidence that the whole systems are messed up over there and they need fixing truly from deep within. Jazakumullah khair. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.